Imagine you're in a game and one wrong play or move leaves the athlete injured or possibly unable to continue. That is when an athletic trainer is direly in need. Today, I will be going over with you on what it is that an athletic trainer does, what it is that makes them important, and what their profession of the actual base of athletic training is. I will first explain the profession and go into the whereabouts of that, and then I will describe what their certain duties are, and I'll finish also off with the importance of athletic training and why we need it in our daily lives, and especially in high schools, in colleges, in professional institutions, and stuff like that. So, first, let's take a deep dive into what athletic training is. Athletic training is considered to be a profession in the healthcare industry that aids in preventing, examining, treating, and rehabbing injuries and medical conditions when needed, specifically from athletes, as that is their primary base of who they take care of. Injury management and injury care are also what make the profession stand out. And yeah, from a general like fitness training perspective, their safety and healthiness of the athletes is um it's all thanks to athletic training and their works of expertise. The reason why an athlete can get back out on the field as quick as possible is because of the steps that an athletic trainer takes and puts into play, whether it be helping them recover from an injury, helping them prevent an injury, examining them every single day so that they can get what they need, uh, so that they can be back out on the field or on the track or wherever they are supposed to be. All this is from NATA. It's called the National Athletic Trainers Association. So that's where a lot of the information on athletic training comes from, as they have their own corporation for these trainers. Uh, Now that you guys are educated on what the profession is, let's move on to what the profession does. So when an injury happens during a sport activity or during normal hours at school, and they're an athletic trainer is the first one to assess the scene, the first one to go out there on the field, the first one to step out on the track if somebody gets hurt doing, let's say, high jump or something like that, that they're the first ones to respond. They help providing first aid and evaluate the injury, giving the higher ups and doctors kind of understanding on what the problem is so that the doctors don't have to take it from step one and they have someone to look and rely on. Um, their main job is recovery and rehab. So they help the athlete recover from an injury when they were given the duties to a doctor, and they are taking what the doctor gave them and they're making a plan or something involving where the injury is to help rehab and strengthen that part so that they can take care of what they need to. Athletic trainers do work hand in hand with doctors. They work hand in hand with the coaches. They work hand in hand with the families that help athletes. All of this is so that everybody's on the same page and so that no one is one stepping the other, so that the doctor knows what the trainer's doing, so that when the athlete goes in for an evaluation, the trainer knows, or the doctor knows what the trainer was giving him, so that they can figure out what they need to do to meet in the middle, so that they can figure out what is wrong and help fix it. And the family of athletes included in that, because it is very important that you include them, because it is their child that is taking these steps and they're the ones that are paying these bills and that and that. It's very important when it comes to prevention, extremely, in the treatment. Definitely. I mean, it's it's something that has changed high school sports. Whereas if you didn't have it before and you have it now, you are looking at so much more injury prevention and so much better um, assessment of athletes and prevention of problems that are easily able to be solved. And the last thing is going to be why does injury or why does athletic training matter? It helps promote safer participation uh, for athletes along with injury prevention, and it allows them to um, have a physical activity or do a sport without wondering if the injury is going to come back because they're building a stronger base through athletic training, and uh, that allows it also allows an athlete to have correct one-on-one time with the trainer. So whether that may be 15 minutes before practice and he's in there doing lifts and like extra things to strengthen the muscle group around his injury so that it's stronger. And uh, another thing is it is extremely valuable, and it is shown through the fact that athletic training is put in an educational setting. You don't see them. Yeah, athletic trainers are in hospitals and stuff like that, but an athletic trainer is put in an educational setting, like a school or a university, and it helps show how valuable the profession is and how important an athletic trainer at a high school or at a college is to help these athletes do what they need to do, but also ensure that they're safe and they are able to perform at their best. And uh, it matters completely because the importance of it is definitely it starts from their health and performance. It all is relied back onto athletic training. If an athlete comes back from an injury and an athletic trainer isn't doing their job and are not properly rehabbing them, not properly recovering them, their health and their performance is going to be at risk, and they're not gonna perform or do as good as they can. And so that was also from it's called Mayo Clinic. It's another really reliable source, as many doctors have written papers or they have uh, done articles, and all their sources come from doctors that have been highly uh, respected in the community. And with all that being said, athletic training is definitely a profession that is beneficial in helping aid in improving the performance that help the athletes create a safer participation in sports so that they're not having to worry if they're going to get injured again, and they're growing stronger with their bodies. So next time you see an athlete that was on the crutches playing in the field and running, and they bring it back to athletic training, because they are the ones that made that possible. They are the ones that started the whole process through the doctors and all that, and they are the ones that created all of that.